20 years ago, I moved to Alaska and started an adventure that turned into a way of life. My channel is all about sharing my experiences living in the northernmost state. Nothing in Alaska is easy. Some days are successes, some days are failures, but every day is an adventure. Please follow along with all my hunting, flying, fishing, harvesting, and DIY projects. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Courtney and I are heading back out to the property and spend some more time, and we're going to continue working on the driveway and trying to improve that. We're going to clear some more land, but we're starting to have a realization about the whole operation, and we're starting to realize that we're going to need to start looking for some type of a piece of equipment. We haven't really made up our mind exactly yet, but we're going to need something to help us with the building a driveway, with moving logs, with cutting down trees. And we're starting to realize that we're using the Jeep almost like a tractor. We're using it to winch down trees and pull trees, and it's really not the proper tool for that. And you can see as our driveway, as you're driving in, it needs lots of work to improve it. So we're going to need some way to move a little dirt. We're going to need a way to haul some gravel, maybe a way to haul logs around. So we're going to research that soon.
I think it's coming this way.
Almost all the snow was gone, so it was time for us to put the snow machine up for the season. The only way we had to move it was just to go ahead and just drive it on the ground, even though there was hardly any snow anywhere.
Wow, that thing did better than it did in the snow.
Maybe we should just ride the Arctic Jag around in the summertime.
Maybe. Looked like it had pretty good turning ability.
Well, we're putting the 1989 Arctic Jag up for the season. We've officially called it quits now that it's May. And we'll get her out next year and she'll probably serve us well again. I do need to find out though from my cousin Patrick what exactly it is that you can store under the seat of these. I don't know what he's talking about.
Listen to the rain. It's supposed to turn to snow after midnight. It's May 1st in Alaska, and it's supposed to turn to snow after midnight tonight. Right now, it's pouring the rain out. We're having summer sausage from Frankenmuth, Michigan, from Kearns, cheese from Pinconning, Michigan. My sister mails us this up here in Alaska. It's like a kind of a treat for us. Really good stuff. We're enjoying it in the wall tent. Courtney gave us a major upgrade in our kitchen today. She put two milk crates together, made some shelves, so we're living better. We got a lot more storage, and it's so much more comfortable than it was, so we're kind of getting spoiled. And we have, of course, last video you guys saw, we have an actual bed now in our wall tent, so we're living pretty fancy these days.
And we have some really nice candlesticks.
Yeah, we do. We do. We got some candelabra upgrades. So now, when it's late at night, I can just reach behind the headboard and turn off the light. And this is going to work great. And I wasn't kidding. I literally am uploading the last video. I'm trying to do it remotely. It's horrible. It's 10 hours. 10 hours to upload an hour-long video.
Finale.
And it is really raining. Courtney's favorite thing to have in the wall tent is cherry cobbler. So we made that on the wood stove. So we spent some time discussing it, and we think that we want a tractor with a bucket loader, and that we can put a grader box in the back of, and we've decided that's probably going to be the right tool. So we are now officially tractor shopping, and we're going to spend some time doing some research. We've narrowed it down to a couple different ones that we like. We like the TYM brand, which are made in South Korea, and then we're also looking at a John Deere 5075 E model, which are made in India actually. So narrowed the search down, and we're going to spend a little bit of time researching it. And I think I'm going to try to take a trip to South Korea and see if I can maybe even get a little more information and tour a factory, or maybe go to TYM headquarters and take a look at their tractors. So I made the journey from Alaska to South Korea, and I arrived in South Korea in a city called Incheon. And Incheon is not far from Seoul, maybe 30 miles. And Seoul is the location where the TYM tractor headquarters is, so that's where I'm headed to. I just need to make my way from Incheon over to the TYM headquarters.
인천대 입구역 방향 10차로.
So I'm making my way to Seoul to go to the TYM tractor headquarters to research these TYM tractors. So it's quite a journey. I've got to first get over to the subway, and the train seemed to be the cheapest way to go. Uber was like $50 US or something, so I made the decision that I'd brave the train system. So I bought a T-Money card and put some Korean won on it, and off we go.
인천 스타트파크 방향 4차로.
Subway. I'm taking the purple route. I kind of like South Korea. The South Korean people are very American friendly as a country as a whole. And if you travel around South Korea very much, you'll see that they buy a lot of American made stuff. You'll see American made cars driving up and down the streets, and they're a pro-American country. And that's one of the reasons it's made me more open to the idea of buying a tractor made in South Korea. I also started researching some of the other John Deere models, and like the John Deere 5075 Echo is actually made in India, so it's not made in the United States either. So that's going to be the competition for the TYM and that we're looking at. The TYM 5075, that utility size tractor, and the John Deere 5075 Echo are the two that are in the running for us, and we'll see what we come up with. Well, closer yet. Almost there. A couple more stops. So the train got me within, I think, less than a mile of the TYM corporate headquarters here in Seoul, so I'm pretty close. I'd say if I've come 4,000 miles, I can walk the last mile. And here we are, the TYM headquarters, Seoul, Korea.
오케이. 오케이. 이거를 주는구나. 팀장이 아예 못하네요. 아무래도. 그렇죠. 1, 2, 3. 오케이. Here is TRM.
TYM in South Korea.
Headquarters. Yes. Not North Korea.
No. South Korea.
Just joking. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Very good. Actor. No, this one very.
Everyone was really nice there. There was a bit of a language barrier, but they were very welcoming. And then they found one of their managers that came down and talked to me. His name was Clark Choi, I believe. Super nice guy, very accommodating. Gave me a tour of the building, walked me around, talked to me about all the different models. They gave me a bag of, of kind of like souvenir stuff, hat and TYM type swag that they give away. And it was just an awesome experience. I'm really glad I made the trip. And I'm making my way back to my hotel in Incheon now after I went to the headquarters and visited with everybody there. I was super impressed with the TYM tractor. They went over their manufacturing processes with me, told me about they have plants right there in South Korea where they make them. The castings for the tractors are made there, and most of the assembly. They do ship them partially unassembled to the United States, and some assemblies done in the United States. But the majority of the tractor is built completely in South Korea. So I would love to make a trip to India and visit the John Deere facilities as well. I don't think I'm going to be able, just because it's a lot harder to get there than it is South Korea, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But as of right now, I'm leaning towards the TYM tractor. The one thing I haven't talked about was price a lot about the tractors. In Alaska, the price of things is so much different than the lower 48 that it's hard for people to understand, but everything there is expensive. So, but both tractors are available in Alaska, and all I'm going to say is that the TYM is significantly cheaper than the John Deere, and the prices are online. Everybody can Google them. However, if you look up the price of tractors, just understand that that's probably the price that you would find it for in the lower 48, not the Alaska price. Here's a picture of the John Deere 5075E tractor. This is the closest competition to the TYM 5075. They're very similar, both 75 horsepower utility style tractors. Both can have bucket loaders put on the front. John Deere has a 3-cylinder engine. The TYM has a 4-cylinder. The John Deere uses one of their motors they've used for a long time. The TYM uses a Deutz engine, which is actually a German-made engine, and I did some research on that too, and I got to tell you, it's pretty impressive. The Germans are known for making good stuff, so no worries there. We did end up going with the TYM 5075 tractor. We thought that it was the one that would work best for us and our needs. Here's some shots of me doing a little test drive, and then we'll be loading it up onto our trailer here in just a minute and taking it out to our property. It'll be in a lot of the future videos, so you will be able to follow along with us and see how it works. And I'll be more or less doing kind of a rolling review of it over the next few weeks, and see how it works for us. Fingers crossed.